Hi, my name is Linda, and I'd like to welcome you to Veggy 360. Earlier this year, I did a video on some new dwarf tomatoes that I was trialing. 3 of them are actually still under development, but a 4th one was just released this year. Now that we're at the end of the season, literally, this is October 19th, and this is our first average frost date, so they are going to look a little bit ragged. I'm just surprised that they're still loaded with tomatoes. This is so impressive. But now it's time to give you a report card of how well these tomato varieties did.
The first one is a cross between Blue's Bling and Dwarf Mocha's Cherry. This is actually my favorite one this year. This is what it looked like in early season around the 1st of June. A compact dwarf tomato with variegated leaves. These variegated leaves make it a great ornamental, even in a flower bed. Even the stems are variegated. Isn't that beautiful? The fruit are small cherry tomatoes that will be red when ripe with dark purple tops. Now this is an F3 hybrid along with the next 2 varieties. F3 simply means 3rd generation hybrid, and because the traits aren't stable quite yet, it's considered still under development. It takes about 6 to 7 generations for the traits to stabilize. As the weather got warmer, the stems and leaves started to lose variegation, but the plant was absolutely loaded with cherry tomatoes. So many that they actually got stuck at the base of the stems, making them hard to harvest without bruising the fruit. Now, after about a week's worth of rain at the end of July, we did end up with blight. Some varieties were hit harder than others. This one, though, happened to be more resistant. And so by early October, it bounced back beautifully with all kinds of new growth, but no variegation. It was loaded with fruit right up until first frost. As the season progressed, the fruit size actually got bigger. We did start out with small cherry tomatoes with the dark purple tops, but by the end of the season, this is what we had. More of a very large cherry or medium-sized saladette, very flavorful with a medium level of sweetness. This is Dawn's Double Delight crossed with Dwarf Mocha's Plum. This is what it looked like in early June. A compact dwarf tomato, a little bit taller than Blue's Bling cross to its right, but definitely compact compared to the Roma tomato to its left. It had a lot of large crinkly potato leaves, making it quite an attractive tomato variety. By mid-season, it was loaded with fruit. This is actually the heaviest producer of all the new ones. The fruit were very tasty, small striped plum tomatoes with dark stripes. Like the other tomatoes in this bed, it was hit pretty hard with blight at the end of July. But by early October, look how well it rebounded, especially compared to the other ones in this bed. Look at all the new growth. And interestingly, at the end of the season, the tomatoes ended up being almost a purple plum tomato. The third F3 variety that I tried this year is a cross between Lillian's Yellow Heirloom and Dwarf Mocha's Plum. This is what it looked like in early June. It actually ended up being the tallest of all the new ones that I grew this year. This is what it looked like by early October. It has bounced back very nicely. Lots of new growth and so many tomatoes. Lots of small plum tomatoes that ripen to a pink color. This was actually my favorite for flavor. Complex but well balanced. Unfortunately, though, it did mature a little bit later than the other varieties. This is Anne's Dusky Rose Plum, which was released early 2023. Here it is at the beginning of the season, a compact dwarf tomato about the same size as the Blue's Bling cross to its right. This variety, too, is very prolific, loaded with lots of small, plum-shaped tomatoes with pointy ends. They ripen to a dark red with a meaty texture and a rich flavor, a good balance between sweet and sour. Along with these 4 new varieties, I also planted 4 of the dwarf varieties that I had planted last year. Tanager, Adelaide Festival, Rosella Crimson, and Sweet Scarlet Dwarf. All of the new varieties stayed more compact than the 4 that I had planted last year. This compact size in the new ones is going to make them perfect for containers and smaller gardens. Bottom line, I am very impressed with how well these new varieties did this year. I have collected seeds from all of them. The F3 generation seeds then will be F4 generation seeds. 2 to 3 more generations and the traits will be stable. I can't wait to see how they do next year.
I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please help me grow more gardeners by sharing this video with your friends who also want to grow their own food. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.